Hello, dog lovers. My name is Saro. I'm a dog trainer, also coach dog owners. Welcome to another Saro dog training live session. Hope you're doing well and hope everything is going as you wish. In this live video session, I am going to answer your dog related questions, and also we're going to talk about all about dogs. If you have any questions, please ask your question in the chat area. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe to the channel as well and hit the bell icon so you will get notified as soon as I post my next video or if I go live. In this channel, we focus on learning and me helping you and educating you to become an educated dog lover rather than just a regular dog lover. There's a difference between an educated dog lover and a dog lover. An educated dog lover does everything correctly, does everything properly to have a healthy, happy, and well-behaved dog. So that's the goal of the channel, and I can see that many are coming into the live chat. Kathleen is in the house saying hi, and Venkatesh Desina from India. Thank you for being here. One of your fans. Great. Thank you for being here, Venkatesh. Venkatesh, yes. Sonakshi is in the house from India as well. Thank you for being here. Kathleen has a question about new puppy. Go ahead and ask. Sonakshi is asking also, I have a question. My dog keeps jumping over the teddy bear. Why? You have a teddy bear as well? Keep jumping. I'm not clear about the question. Is keeps jumping over the, is it the stuffed toy, or can you be a little bit more clear about the question? Explain a little bit more what the problem is. Specific question. I'll get back to you. Kathleen, when I take my puppy on walks, she doesn't want to walk on the sidewalk. She only walks on the grass. How should I train her? This is a good question. This comes from socialization. What that means is you need to start socializing your puppy with different environments, different situations, different floors, different senses, different smells, different textures. So the problem is that, when we get our puppy, that our puppies are either used to walk on the carpet or in our home's floor, whatever we have is limited to there. So what you want to do is you want to expose your puppy to other environments as well. And if you see that your puppy is kind of careful about and pausing or stopping or hesitant about approaching a different environment, or because of the flooring or the sense that it gets, it needs a little bit of your help, your encouragement to move forward. Otherwise, it's going to be stuck in that state of mind and that feeling. So it needs you to help it to go forward. The way you help it to go forward is you allow the puppy to pause, let's say for a minute if it wants to. You let it pause and just think, and if you see that it's not moving forward, just encourage it to move forward. Now, the way you can encourage your puppy to move forward is implementing this this connection at home where your puppy is more comfortable and secure and it feels a little bit familiar with the environment. In that environment, you can encourage it and say, for example, come on, yes, let's go, let's move, and all that, and practice it there. So your puppy has some form of um, familiarity with your energy and your encouragement in order to respond to the same uh, cues that you're offering outdoors in a different environment. So you have to work on this a bit indoors, at home, in an environment that the puppy is familiar with, and then encourage it to do outdoors as well. So in that environment where your puppy has stopped and paused, that's really not the environment that you want to train or teach. That's the environment that you're expecting to get results. You know what I mean? That's not the time and state of mind that you want to teach. For example, if let's say you're afraid of roller coasters, and I take you to roller coaster right away and say, sit down and let's go. You're That's not the environment for you to learn how to get used to roller coasters. You're going to panic, you're going to freeze, you're going to get shocked, and you're going to really hate the roller coaster. But if I take you to and the fair itself first and introduce you to the environment and the sounds and the visuals, and then take you to kiddie roller coasters first, and then next level and the next, then you're going to gradually learn how to approach the the main roller coaster. So that's how it feels in that environment where your puppy has paused and is afraid of moving forward. That state of mind is not ideal state of mind to teach or train or push the puppy. You want to gently encourage the puppy, but the encouragement has to start from home where the puppy has a clear mind, relaxed mind. Introduce it and work with it slowly until you get better results outdoors. Don't ever push or force the puppy. For example, drag the puppy to the let's say sidewalk or the different environment, because then it's not learning. It's what is happening is you're forcing it to move forward, and the puppy is not learning what needs to do. It just does it because it's forced to do. So try that. Hopefully that explained. Yes, that's how you pronounce it. Thanks. It's a stuffed toy. So what the question was is jumping over the stuffed toy.
Left on the floor, or
Is it left on the floor? What is the problem? Is playing probably. I don't understand the problem or the question. Um, Saber Dog is in the house. Good day. Good day. Thank you for being here. We have Meluna from Chile. Thank you for being here. Meluna has a question. My puppy is a beagle, 2 months old. How I teach him how to pee outside? Good question. Meluna, I want you to watch my new video, which is going to be on Sunday. It's going to be uploaded on Sunday, this coming Sunday at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So make sure to click subscribe button right there. I think it is right there. And make sure to hit notification as well, and choose all, so you will be notified as soon as this video is ready to go. it would be available on Sunday, where I actually explain how to potty train a beagle. Believe it or not, that's the video that's coming. Putting the finishing touches on this video, and it'll be released on Sunday. I'm going to give you a preview of the video. There it is. That's the one. So how to potty train a beagle puppy fast. So that's the video. So it's coming on Sunday. So make sure that you watch that video. But for now, I'll give you a quick idea of what to do for now until Sunday. What you want to do is take your puppy out every 2 hours. That would be the easiest thing. Whether the puppy wants to go out or not, you take it out every 2 hours. Maybe for the next few days or next week or so, you want to just take it out, and every 2 hours, whether if the puppy has to go or not, just take it out. That would be my quick tip. But please watch the video on Sunday. My dog always pulls the leash while walking. He always tries to snatch it from my hand. Sonakshi is asking. This is a problem that many dog owners are dealing with. Their dog is pulling on the leash. The reason this happens is because one, your dog is too excited to go outside. So what you want to do, you want to bring the excitement level a bit down before going outside. What I mean by that is, if you want to, for example, go for a half an hour walk, invest 5 to 10 minutes before the walk, play with your dog, stimulate your dog physically and mentally in the beginning for 5-10 minutes. Bring that energy level down before you step out of the door. So that would be one of the suggestions. The next suggestion that I have is when you're stepping out of the door, what you want to make sure is that your dog is calm. Like, not even your hardest challenge would be the first day, obviously, that you're trying to bring your dog's energy level down. You bring the energy level as much as you can down. So, for example, the first day you will try and it'll come down to 20%, 30%. Your challenge is every day to bring it to 20, 19, 15, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2. That every day your challenge is to bring that excitement level as low as possible before you step it out. If you can't control your dog to calm down before going out, I'd rather not to go out than allowing the dog to practice that behavior outdoors. Because if outdoors or the going out is exciting my dog, that means I have to work on the control of bringing the excitement level down beforehand. So work on bringing the excitement level down as much as you can every day before going out for a walk. And one of the tips that I have is just play or train your dog before going out. So I have a video series that I'm going to share with you in the chat area. I call it Improve the Walk. Watch those videos. It's a video series. I go through all the steps that you need to take before going out for a walk. Great question. When Katash is saying, I too have a question, sir. When I take my 6-month-old puppy for a walk, he used to pull me. So could you please help in this regard? He is behaving same from the beginning. So the same thing I was just explaining, the improving the walk, it starts from at home, not not in the park or at the walk. That again, you have to understand whenever your dog is behaving certain way, let's say is excited uh, at the park or um, is barking at something or is not walking or is scared of something, that's not the time or state of mind for you to train or teach your dog, because the excitement level is very high. It's so high that the brain doesn't learn. Your dog's brain cannot take in information. When either they're excited or fearful or um, anxious or stressed or happy, even happy. That's when they're too happy, too excited, too overwhelmed. That's not the time to train your dog or teach your dog or expect your dog to learn and stop that behavior, because the excitement level is very high to the point that they can't observe information from you. And whatever you do at that moment is going to fire back negatively to your dog. So it's better to work in an environment or in a place that your dog is comfortable and relaxed. And usually that's your home or your backyard or your living room or in an area that your dog is very calm. So practice control and management in that environment and provide some form of cue and techniques and ideas to your dog that gets familiar with it. So when it's in the situation that now it's behaving that way that you don't want it, your dog has some idea of what it's supposed to do and what it's not supposed to do because it's getting the cues from you. Is it making sense? If it's making sense, make sure to give it a like, the video, so I understand, I know that you are understanding what I'm saying. Meluna is saying he pees everywhere. So yeah, definitely, Maluna, watch my video on Sunday. The reason your puppy is peeing everywhere is one, is drinking too much water. You can control and manage that. I'll talk about it more in the video that is being uploaded on Sunday. But you can manage and control the pee and amount of pee that they're having, and then you have to control also the environment, the place that they're staying, because probably you're giving too much freedom. That's why your puppy is peeing everywhere. You can't give too much freedom to a puppy in the house and let it go everywhere and do whatever it wants all over the house. So limit the area that your puppy is staying, whether it's in a crate or kennel or in an environment, in a small environment, not a big environment. Don't give the whole house to your puppy. Give it a corner of the room or corner of the house to your puppy. Therefore, you're going to eliminate the accidents. If your puppy is having accidents, it's not your puppy's accidents either. Don't punish your puppy. So definitely watch my video coming on Sunday. Let's go to Smiko. Let me just give me a minute. I'll just take a look here, see if everything is going well. All right. Give it a like if you're enjoying the show so far. We have 13 people watching at the moment, so make sure we get a lot of likes in the video. So algorithm of YouTube tells everybody that this video is rocking and it's doing well. So everybody's going to join in, and we're going to help all other dog lovers to become educated dog lovers. And make sure to subscribe to the channel as well. Kyoto. I'm going to go with that. My dog has been barking abnormally at night before his bedtime. Is this normal? If it's happening every night, there is something that is happening. Either, there's sometimes, they do hear things that we can hear. So we don't know why they're barking. It's not that they're barking at an invisible uh, ghost or anything like that. It's just that they're hearing things that we humans can't hear. So that's one thing. So they probably it's hearing things that we can't hear. Two, the reason it's hearing things because it's focused on what is happening. That means your dog is not uh, relaxed. It's not comfortable. Its mind is still working. So what you want to do is try to stimulate your dog during the day so it has an easier time at night to sleep. So many people, what they do is they probably either walk the dog before the sleep or play with the dog before sleep. But what I would suggest you to do is throughout the day, you want to create some form of routine for your dog to have some form of activity so it's nice and relaxed at the end of the day. If your dog is barking at night, it means it's not mentally stimulated. In order for a dog to be tired, they need to be mentally stimulated rather than physically. Physically, it's easy to tire out the dog, but they mentally have to be tired and relaxed in order to go sleep. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that your dog gets good stimulation throughout the day. So at the end of the day, has an opportunity to relax and sleep. So that would be my suggestion. If it's happening every night, that's a signal to you that you have to provide more stimulation for your dog. Kathleen said, got it. Thank you so much. I will try that. You are very welcome. Why does my beagle not eat his food in the morning? I give him roti, Indian bread, and chicken gravy. Um, the reason dogs don't eat in the morning is because we forget that dogs, they don't get up in the morning and say, you know what, I need a breakfast. Usually humans are the ones who need to eat 3 times a day, including breakfast. So humans eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks in between. Dogs are not like that. Animals in general, when they wake up, they are more focused on other stuff. So this brings me to, understanding that you need to provide your dog daily 5 essential needs, which are exercise, training, socialization, care, and then affection. So exercise is the first thing that you want to provide for your dog, not breakfast. So exercise is the first thing. Training is mental. Exercise is the physical stimulation. Training is exercise is mental stimulation. Training is sorry, I'm getting distracted here. Exercise is physical stimulation. Training is mental stimulation. Socialization is another form of mental stimulation. Care, which is for example, in this case, food, the breakfast, is the next, and then we share affection. So your dog, when it gets up in the morning, what it needs you to do is provide exercise rather than food. Exercise is the first thing a dog looks for when it wakes up. It doesn't wake up to and dream of food. It wakes up and says, you know what? I want to go enjoy this world. I want to go smell. I want to go sniff everything. I want to go experience life first. I'm I'm happy. I'm excited that I'm alive. I want to go enjoy the world, the nature, life to get stimulated. So mentally and physically, they need to get stimulated. And when they get stimulated, they feel like eating, which is care. And then you can share affection with that dog. So I'll give an example. When wild animals, they they don't just get up every day and say, let's go hunt. Or they will hunt to kill and eat only when they are hungry. And that happens every few days. Animals, they don't get hungry all the time. They only get hungry every few days, or maybe few weeks, maybe after a week they get hungry. The big animals, like elephants and all those, they eat all the time. They are grazers. But hunters, which dogs are also hunters, they don't eat all the time. They hunt, eat, kill, eat, relax for a few days, and then eat again. So their purpose of life is not to just eat and survive. Yes, survival is part of it, but their purpose of life is to experience life. So your dog's purpose is also to experience life from the nature format, from natural way, rather than just eating and living. So you want to provide exercise, you know, half an hour of walk. It's a session of training, not just a regular training. Training using play and praise reward system, which I teach and train in my channel. Using play and praise, it also not only it stimulates your dog mentally and physically, but it teaches the dog to learn a lot of things from you. And socialization is another form of mental stimulation. So you provide a lot of mental stimulation. Now your dog is ready to eat. This could be a few hours after they've woken up, or a few hours after you provided mental and physical stimulation. So provide those in order to get that stimulation going for your dog before you feed. You know what I mean? Um, so that would be my answer. Mornings usually is not a good time to feed anyways. You want to maybe mid morning, maybe lunch. Maybe your dog wants to also eat later, they don't feel hungry in the morning, right? So feed later and focus on providing those 5 daily essential needs. Meluna is saying, okay, thanks. I will see the video. Great. Thank you. Jillian Sweet says, Amon, great to have you here. And Regina saying, click like, very good. Thank you for interacting. By the way, make sure to keep clicking that like button if you haven't yet. Sonakshi, my beagle is 1 year old. Can I still teach him tricks? He does not know basic tricks. This is a good question as well. Let me see. Hold on. Just give me 1 second and let me see if I can share this. Okay, so to answer your question, what I'm going to do, let's watch this video. This is a good question as well. Let me see if I can do this. I'd like to use this opportunity to share this video, actually. So I'm going to answer your question with this video. Okay, so let's watch this video and I'm going to answer the question. My name is Saro. I'm a dog trainer, also coach dog owners, and this is Annie. And in this video, I wanted to explain whether it is possible to train or teach dogs tricks without the use of food or treats. In my opinion, it is possible. It also depends on the trick that you're trying to teach your puppy. Of course, in movie industry, tricks are a little bit more complex and harder for the dog to learn and do and perform. Obviously, you're going to need a different motivation. In that case, maybe the trainer needs to use treats or food to motivate and direct the dog to do the trick or perform the act that it's supposed to do. But for a simple trick like backing up, back, 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 good, and back, 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 back. All you need to understand is if you have a good connection, like we do, me and Annie, as you can see, she's fully dedicated to me and fully focused on me. And that is because ever since I have had her, I've been training her, I've been working with her, so she is very connected to me. So if you build that connection with your dog, you're going to be able to do a lot of tricks, and also the training is going to improve as well. If you want to learn more about puppy training and everything else, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon as well, so you will get notified as soon as I post my next video or if I go live. Now until next time, have fun with your dog. So did you enjoy that video? That's the answer to the question whether you can train a puppy tricks. So let me go back to the question. So Sonakshi, that was a great question, and luckily I had prepared that video, which I was going to post it later on. But in general, yes, as you could hear and see, yes, you can teach tricks to a dog. I started with puppy using play and praise reward system. You can trick train them as well. But if you want to teach or train your puppy really complex trick, like let's say you want your dog or puppy to jump over an obstacle, get into somewhere and come out somewhere else, that is very complex. One, you have to break it down to few parts, first of all, and second of all, to teach that, you're going to need a form of reward, treats in this case you can use, or food, to get the dog understand the concept of the trick that you're teaching. Unless it's a very complex trick, you can use treats to train your puppy or dog tricks. But one thing I want you to understand, there's nothing wrong with using food to motivate a dog to do a complex task. The problem that I have is people using food or treat to teach a behavior. That is the difference. A behavior is what you want the dog to give you all the time, whereas trick is a task that you want to ask the dog to do. That's the difference. A behavior, for example, if you want your dog to stop being aggressive or attacking another dog, that's not the state of mind that you want to share food, because the state of mind is very high. It's very unusual. It's complex. It's excited. It's afraid. It's aggressive. It's a state of mind that is not ideal to share food at that state of mind. But a trick is a state of mind that dog is very relaxed and it's calm, and you're not teaching it to behave somewhere somehow. You're teaching it to do a trick, to do an activity, right? You're moving the dog forward because you want to direct it, right? You want to direct the movement, the action, the physical action. Tricks basically are physical action, physical movement, whereas training a behavior is mental state of mind. That's the difference. So I hope I'm making sense. If I'm making sense, give it a like. Let me know in the comments area, in the chat area, that is making sense, the difference between trick training and training a behavior. Great question. That was a great advice. It makes sense. Thank you. Very good. Let's go to the next question, which is from Avani. Is it normal for my dog to gobble down his food every day? How can I stop it, Saro? By the way, love your channel. Thank you for the comment and the feedback. It means a lot to me. Thank you for loving the channel. That's my purpose. My goal and purpose is to offer you a channel that you fall in love with the content and the information that you get it. So is it normal for a dog to gobble down? Yes, it is. That's usually how dogs eat. They just vacuum it, you know. It's normal for them to do it. Now, if you want to improve that, if you want to, especially if you have a large dog, large breed dog, if you have if you have a problem, if you want to prevent from problems from occurring and developing, I suggest you to use or let me find you. Okay, that's the one. So I suggest you to use a ball like this. Now, this is a little bit expensive. I'm not saying that, but I'm just giving you an idea of what I suggest to use. A product like that. Well, I just Googled it and that's what it came. But basically, a ball like that, so you can put your dog's food in it and just feed it, right? Something like that. That will slow down your dog's eating, rather than just gulping it down. Now, the other solution that you can use is what you can do if you have a regular food ball. Let's say you have a food ball like that. If you have a food ball like this, put a rock right in the middle of it, a big rock that is bigger than your dog's mouth size. Just put it in the middle and put the food around it. Again, if you have a regular ball, something like that, or even this. Yeah, this is a ball that I'm familiar with. So this is slow feed balls. Yeah, you get one of these and use them. So that would be my suggestion. I know it sounds crazy to allow the dog to just gulp it down, but that's how they usually eat. They don't usually chew. Dogs are not chewers. Some dogs are chewers. They don't have chewing teeth. They have biting teeth that they chunk the meat and just swallow. So it's normal for dogs to just swallow. Great question. Julio Areguin, can I use the e-collar to fix the aggression behavior on my cane Corso, 1-year-old? I saw 3 trainers, but my dog's still reactive to people and dogs. Good question. I can talk about this for hours, but I'm going to try to make it as short as possible. E-collars in general are not a good tool, not only because they are inhumane, because they don't work. So as you're saying, for example, you work with 3 trainers who may have used e-collars or not, I'm not sure, but they usually don't work. What it means is it's a band-aid solution, right? What that means is you can put the e-collar on the dog and the dog is going to stop certain behavior as long as it's wearing that collar. But once you remove it, it goes back to that behavior. Aggression. Aggression is not solved with providing fear or pain in the dog. That's what it causes. When you allow a dog to wear an e-collar, it causes pain and fear in the dog. That's not how you solve aggression. Aggression is, you have to understand why your dog is aggressive. The reason your dog is aggressive is because it's stressed. That's reason number one. Reason number one, and the main reason why your dog is aggressive is because stress. Something is stressing your dog. Could be the lifestyle of the dog that is causing stress in your dog. Could be other dogs causing stress in your dog. Could be people causing stress in your dog. Could be life causing stress in your dog. Now, think of it this way. If you have a friend or a family member or yourself, for example, if you are stressed, right, and you're angry at life and everything else, if I come and put something on you to make you feel not stressed, um, like cause pain or give you something, I'm not really solving the stress problem. I'm solving the problem at that moment, but I'm not helping you to get rid of that stress, the core reason why your dog is aggressive. Understanding why your dog is stressed is very, very important. Now, I'm not saying that go dig and figure out why your dog is stressed. Aggression is already a sign of stress, right? It's the results of stress, and you don't need to figure out what is causing stress. You just have to know that your dog is stressed and needs your help to distress it. The way you distress a dog is you give information, you give connection, you make a solid connection between you and your dog, so it feels connected to someone, something, so it can get information from that someone, something, and respond to it. Unfortunately, in my opinion, now I'm being very honest, when we have dogs who are aggressive, that means the owner is disconnected from the dog. The reason you're desperate to use a shock e-collar or shock collar is because you're so detached from your dog that you need to use a tool to just stop the dog from behaving that way. So that gives you also a signal, first of all, that your dog is stressed. Second of all, you're detached from your dog. You have to reconnect to your dog. You lost connection between you and your dog. Therefore, your dog is stressed and is behaving that way. So you have to reconnect to your dog and, let your dog to learn how to live in a human world, in a human society with humans and dogs and everything in it, right? So e-collar doesn't fix the problem. Trainers, having 3, 5, 10 trainers doesn't fix the problem. What it fixes is you reconnecting with your dog. Now, how can I help you to reconnect with your dog? There are two things that I can do. One, I can invite you to join my online course, and I have 50% off now. It's a good time to take advantage and take this course and learn what you need to do. Okay, we're going to use play and praise to teach your dog to learn to relax, to learn how to connect with you rather than e-collars, fear or pain or domination or tools in general. So what I want you to do is, one, take advantage of this course and try it for 15 days. You have the opportunity to try it for 15 days. If you see that it's not what you're looking for and it's not doing you any good, let me know. I'll refund you and you'll get your money back. But I want you to take that initial action of doing something properly with your dog. rather than changing trainers over and over and working with all trainers and getting more confused and stressed about what to do with your dog, which doesn't help you. All the trainers, what they do is they just give you the same solution, which is use this, use that, do this, do that. You get confused more and more. So what I want you to do is pick one. Hopefully you're going to pick me, and you're going to take advantage of learning what you're supposed to do. Okay, that would be my first suggestion. Now, the second suggestion that I have is watch this video. I'm going to share this video in the chat area. I'm going to call it aggression. Okay, and you're going to watch this video. I'm going to give you snippets of it. I'm going to teach you and explain to you how you can get rid of your dog's leash aggression. All that and more coming up. Okay, so watch that video and learn what you're supposed to do, and take advantage of, again, the course, and take action now. It's a sign that your dog is stressed, needs your help, and you need my help to get this going and end it today. Okay, if you start working with me and taking the course and start working with me, I guarantee you within a month you're going to have a different dog. I'm not sugarcoating it or anything like that, but that's the reality. Once you understand what you need to do, how to do, the problems are going to start to fade away. But thank you for the question, and thank you for bringing this up, because as I said, I can talk about this forever, but I want to get to the next questions as well. Regina, right, my pity always ate after our walks. The migration instinct kicks in after the walks. That is it. That's what exactly it means. You need to understand. Once you understand this, it makes more sense. One is saying, thanks, Saro. Thanks for the advice. Ruby Sanchez in the house saying hi. I think you're saying hi, but Ruby, thank you for being here. Ruby is asking, what does it mean if my dog is throwing up? If it's throwing up, it might be something. Sorry. It might be something that didn't digest, and it's coming out. The body is refusing it. So something is not sitting well in your dog. So what you want to do is figure out what is it that is not being digested properly. If it's happening all the time, maybe either check with a vet to see what is it that is causing exactly to happen. The other thing I would suggest is maybe change the food or change something, and maybe even let your dog to fast for 2 or 3 days, clear up everything, and then try it again. See if everything goes back to normal. Priyanka is in the house. It's saying, hi, Saro. Hi. Thank you for being here. Chihuahua, yes. We have Regina. What a coincidence. I was just watching canine trainer videos, and they were using the e-collar, and I was sort of surprised they were using that. Yes. So, as a dog trainer myself, let me give you a little bit more my opinion about e-collars. As a dog trainer myself, if I'm using e-collars, treats, if I'm using tools or gadgets to train a dog, then what's the difference between me and a regular dog owner? If I have to if I have to teach you to use a tool and depend on a tool to get results, then what's the purpose of me being a dog trainer, doing the same thing that you're doing, the same tools that you're using to get results? As a dog trainer, my purpose and my goal should be to teach you exactly what you need to do in order to change your life and your dog's life without being so attached to a tool that you really need that tool. If I have to teach you, for example, to teach a dog to sit with treats, then what's the difference between a trainer and a regular person? If a regular person has to use treats to get the dog to sit, then I'm not giving you information to do it. I'm just teaching you what to do. And that's not the way to train a dog. A dog, as a like a just like a human has emotions, feelings, and all kinds of uh, emotional roller coaster that a human goes. A little bit less than humans. Humans are very emotional, but dogs have those emotions too. We have to tap in those emotions and attach ourselves to those emotions and get results rather than tools and gadgets. Tools and gadgets are for lazy people, for uneducated people. Now you're going to say, oh, my dog is too aggressive and needs tools or e-collar, it needs this to in order to stop. If your dog is in that level, then that means it needs a lot of help, emotional help, not tools. If your dog is being aggressive to people outdoors, then don't put your dog in that situation for now until you have helped your dog to relax a little bit. So, and that's the problem with today's mentality. These canine trainers, what they do, they want to give and show results to dog owners, mislead them that this is what you can do and get results right away if you use these tools. And then people have these assumptions that, oh, I can fix my dog's behavioral problem quickly using this tool. Whereas it doesn't happen that quickly. That's a band-aid solution. As long as the dog is wearing that shock collar, yes, the behavior might be not there or less, but as soon as you remove it, the state of mind of the dog didn't change. It's still there. The behavior is still there. And dog owners, regular dog owners, that's what they're dealing with because the behavior is still there, right? So you don't want to just depend on a tool to get results. You want to make sure that you change dog's life completely on deeper level rather than just a minor level. When Sonakshi is saying, whenever I try to teach my dog to stay, he jumps on me to get the treat. Did I?
Skipped. So you skipped pe- peeling energy question. My beagle doesn't like to be carried.
Okay, peeling energy. Sorry, I think I skipped few questions. Peeling NG. My beagle doesn't like to be carried. She will growl if I try to carry her. Any ways to solve this? This is exactly what I'm talking about. You know, if a dog cannot trust a human, this is one of the behaviors that you get. That means your dog really doesn't trust you. And unfortunately, that's the reality. Many dog owners, they say, "Oh, I feed my dog, I walk my dog, I love my dog, should and give shelter, then should be okay with me." No, you can't force a dog or any human being or any individual to love you. You have to really be connected deeply with your dog in order for that dog to trust you deeply as well. You have to earn the trust. You can't buy it by giving foods and treats and love and affection. You're not really connecting to your dog. What you need to focus on is providing your dog's daily 5 essential needs. Once again, it is exercise, training, socialization, care, and then affection. Dogs who behave that way, I guarantee you that you're sharing a lot of affection with that dog. I know that. And you're thinking by sharing affection with that dog, you're going to gain that trust and you're going to eventually get the dog to let you hug it or pick it up or things like that. But understanding the formula that you have to provide your dog's daily five essential needs in this order, which is exercise, training, socialization, care, and then affection, what happens? Affection becomes a reward for your dog. Affection becomes the reward for you as well, because you're saying, you know what, I have provided my dog enough exercise, enough training, enough socialization, I've provided proper care. Now I deserve affection. If you provide affection at the right time, at the right state of your dog's mind, your dog is going to value that more and he's going to appreciate you and is going to be allowing you to do whatever you want. So affection has to come at the end of every activity that you're doing with your dog, um, every procedure that you're going through your dog. So what I mean by that is, just because you get up in the morning and your dog is there, it doesn't mean that you have to share affection with that dog. And the dog doesn't expect you to share affection either. Most dog owners, they get up in the morning, they see their dog, they start melting. Oh, good morning, my sweetie pie. Oh, good day. And then what they do, instead of following this formula, what they do, oh, you want breakfast? Here you go. Right away, they feed the dog breakfast, which sometimes they eat, sometimes they don't eat. They say, oh, what's wrong with you? Why don't you eat breakfast? I love you, and then they carry them, put them in their bed. And that's the wrong way of starting, first of all, the day, and wrong way of allowing a dog to be a dog. And when you do that, you mess up the formula. So you're starting the day, for example, with affection and then care and then more affection. You forget about exercise, training, socialization. So you have to provide exercise. First thing in the morning, you get up in the morning, walk your dog, take it for a walk, not forcefully, but allow it to go for a walk and explore the world. During the walk, or you can come back home and do some training with your dog, one-on-one play session, training your dog using play and praise, not treat training, using my method of dog training, which is using play and praise reward system. You train your dog, that builds more connection with your dog, more bond. You socialize your dog, you let your dog to say hi to your neighbor, to the dogs that it meets, and then you come back home, share breakfast or something like that. And then if you've done all these parts, you and your dog now are ready to give and take affection, right? Now your dog says, you know what, you provided me proper exercise, gave me good training, we had a good bond. I had a good experience in socialization, and I socialized with everything. I had a great breakfast. Thank you. I'm going to share affection with you now. And you can say, you know what, as a human being, as a dog owner, I've provided enough exercise for you. I've given you great training session. I've allowed you to socialize with my human world, which has humans, cats, and dogs, and cars, and everything you need, and you socialized with it. I gave you a great breakfast. Now I need affection. Now you can say and expect affection from your dog. Now you can say, I deserve to have uh, a hug from my dog. If you haven't done those, don't expect to have um, a good relationship with your dog. And being carried is a sign that you haven't provided your dog's daily five essential needs. Does it make sense? Let me know.
Next is Regina's comment. Makes perfect sense.
Uh,
Regina Falangi.
okay, got it. Makes perfect sense. Okay, great. Thank you.
And then her question or comment. What a coincidence.
Right. So we talked about that, and now we're going to the next question, which is Sonakshi. Whenever I try to teach my dog to stay, he jumps on me to get the treat. He never stays put. How to teach him to stay? So, one of the problems of treat training is that that's what it happens. It causes the dog to get excited and just be so focused and so distracted with treat that doesn't learn. So one of the reasons that I don't recommend using treats to train your dog is because it distracts the dog. It allows the dog, you're allowing the dog to focus on something else rather than the task that you're trying to accomplish, which in this case, for example, is stay, right? But if you learn how to properly teach your dog to stay and learn how to respond to you without the use of treats. So if you have a dog, but now I'm going to share with you a video that, whether you have a puppy or you're a dog, you can use the same concept, right? Um, the idea here is try to challenge yourself not to use treats. I know you're going to say, but how am I going to get results? How am I going to connect with my dog? How am I going to get my dog to listen to me? You see, when you use treats, it's a behavior of a human who's been brainwashed to use treats. It's like if I want to teach you to drive, I have to spend time and sit beside you in give you information what the console is, how to control the car, what the brake and pedal is and gas pedal. I have to go through this process. I can't just sit beside you and say drive. You're not going to learn it. But what happens, many people they think that to drive you just get in behind the car and start driving. No, it doesn't happen, right? What you need to do is you need to go through the process of learning, first of all, how to mechanically and physically drive the car. Second of all, you have to learn the rules of driving. In the city, you drive differently, right? In different countries, you learn to drive different rules. You follow rules, right? And then you go and give it a test. If you have passed, then you get the license and start driving. And in Canada, for example, even though you get the license, you have to go through the process of new driver and then learner and then new driver, and then you go through becoming a regular driver. So it takes a process to learn to do something, right? Your dog, you can't just teach it to stay or sit or do this just by forcing it or by distracting it using treats. What you want to do, you want to go through this process slowly, gently, and teach your dog how to stay, how to listen to you without the use of treats. Okay. I'm not sure if I shared, but stay commented. I don't remember if I did it, but I'm going to share the video in the chat area. It's called Stay Command. Please watch that video. Go through the process of what I do in order to get my dog, my puppy, to listen to me without the use of treats. Okay. Regina is saying, I don't agree with fear training. Exactly. Yes. It's when you're using fear to train a dog, you're actually going backwards because your dog, the reason your dog is, let's say, being aggressive and reactive is because it's fearful. It's probably its fear there's a fear of something that is causing it to be aggressive. And when your dog is fearful and you add more tools or approach to make your dog to be more fearful, you're just feeding that behavior. You're not helping it to remove that behavior. Julio is saying, thanks for the advice and the options. You're very welcome, Julio. Thank you for being here. Sankoshi, how to keep my dog entertained while I'm not there? There are a few things that you can do. One is, get a Kong. I don't know if you've heard of a Kong. Let me see. I can share with you a picture of Kong so you know what that is. There we go. That's a Kong. Okay. It's called Kong. Just get one of these, fill it with peanut butter, and then put it in the freezer to freeze, and then let your pup, for an hour or something, and then let your puppy to work on it for a few hours. That's one. Number two, you can get these wheel chews. Can also get wheel chews or beef chews. They're basically chews that you can give your dog. They come in different sizes and shapes. You can get one of these and let it and get entertained. The other thing is raw bones. If you see this bone, for example, you're seeing this is not cooked. As long as you're not giving cooked bones to your dog, it's okay. But this is not cooked. This is smoked bone. Smoked bones are okay, but raw bone is even better. So what I mean by raw bone is basically bones like this, just raw. As long as you're giving your dog a raw bone, it's fine. Okay, you just find a good size that is a little bit bigger than your dog's mouth, and you just give it for them to train to entertain themselves. So basically, raw bone is safe. Don't worry about being it raw. Raw bone are safe to give to dogs. I want you to understand that there's nothing to worry about giving raw bone to your dogs. The problem is when you cook the bone. Okay, when you cook the bone, it starts to soften and splinter, and that is going to get actually harder. And when they eat it, it splinters and it may cause damage in their system, or it may even kill them if you cook it. So, but if it's in raw form, dogs actually can grind it. It's very soft for them to break it and eat it and digest it. It's much safer if it's raw than cooked. So never think about giving cooked bone. But if you're gonna give a bone, a smoked bone is okay too. So I wouldn't worry about giving smoked bone as well. Peeling. My beagle growls whenever I try to carry it. And yes, I just talked about that. Piranka from India. Thank you for being here. I have a Doberman Pinscher male, 10 months old, and I remember you. You've been here for last few weeks, I think. 10 months old, and now I'm planning to get a Doberman female of 4 months. Is it good decision? When will she have her first heat? Actually, I'm going through the same thing that you're going to have. I'm expecting my puppy to go through the heat. Usually it happens at 8 months and older. Okay, so between 6 months and 8 months, you want to keep an eye on. Could happen during that time too, but usually it's 8 months and older. But it could happen between 6 months and 8 months as well. So keep an eye on that. Could happen. Now, if you have a male 10 months old dog and you want to get another female, it's a good idea to have a male and a female. One thing that I would suggest is make sure that you have a good relationship and connection with your current dog, so you can manage it when your new puppy comes. The reason for that is because I want you to be fully focused on your new dog, not fully focused on your puppy. So my idea here is try to have one dog, one good dog, work on that dog that you have to make it the best dog, and then get another dog. You don't want to have one bad dog and then add another bad dog. Puppies come, they don't come trained, they don't come, they are not normal. They are uh, so-called bad dogs, right? It's just naturally they come bad. So you don't want to have a bad dog at the moment and add another bad dog and have the problem of solving and dealing with two bad dogs. You want to have one good dog, right? So when you get the new dog, you're not distracted by the good dog. Your focus is 100% on the bad dog, right? The new dog. So if you have a good dog as well, this good dog can help you to deal with the bad dog, with the new dog. It will help you to move forward better and faster. So don't rush to have the second puppy, second dog yet. Work on your first dog, make it the best dog, and then add another dog. That would be my suggestion. Does it make sense? Let me know. Sona Zemanova. Zimanova. That's an interesting, cool name. Thank you for being here. Make sure also, everybody, make sure that you're liking the video. Click on the like button. Also, subscribe. Click on the subscribe button as well. And make sure to hit the bell icon as well, so you will get notified as soon as I go live or if I post my next video. That helps with everything as well. So click on the like button. Sona is asking, hi, my shelter terrier mix dog goes mental on walks, pulls to go home, looks anxious. She removed a collar harness to return, carried her a bit of the way and was fine. Now she won't let me. What do I do? So you just rescued a shelter dog. So what that means is your dog is very stressed. And naturally and automatically should be stressed. It would be stressed because God knows what happened previously. It was in a shelter and now is in your home, and all these things are happening and all these changes have happened. Your dog is going to be automatically stressed. So the environment that you're putting your dog is stressing your dog more. So I wouldn't put it in that state, that position. I wouldn't put it at the walks. I wouldn't take for a walk if the walks are causing it stress. It's, for example, if for example, if you watch, if there's a movie or a video or a TV series that stresses you, makes you be afraid, I can't force you to watch that video or that movie. It will stress you. So I wouldn't put you in that state of mind. I wouldn't force you to watch that movie, right? So just because you're saying, oh, it's not that scary, you wouldn't be scared, it's okay, just watch it. Yes, you watched it, you know what it is, and it's not that scary, but could be scary for me. I wouldn't force somebody to watch something that is not comfortable. I wouldn't put a dog in a situation that it gets uncomfortable. The reason for that is because I'm guessing you're moving too fast. Your dog has gone, let's say, God knows, it was living with a human, normal life. Probably the human was, let's say, abusive or not, too much affection. Something happens, and then the dog was brought to the shelter, and then maybe went from one shelter to another shelter. And then in the shelter environment itself, it's stressful. People come and go. There are other dogs who are stressed and barking all day. And then somebody went and adopted this dog, then didn't work out, brought it back to the shelter, and then you went and got this dog and then brought it to your home, and then all of a sudden you're taking it for a walk, and so too many things, too much happening too fast. Your dog needs to slow down. Your dog needs to have a little break. Okay, needs to go on a vacation to relax a little bit. You have to provide that all-inclusive vacation environment for your dog to have an opportunity to relax for a week or two. In your case, maybe a month. Take a month or something. Just relax. Just train, work with your dog to relax. And then what you want to do is you want to focus again on providing your newly adopted dog exercise, training, socialization, care, and affection in a way that applies to your dog. So exercise, which is, for example, the walk. If the walk is causing your dog to get stressed, I wouldn't do that kind of exercise. I'll do some other kinds of exercise. What are the other kinds of exercise? Playing with your dog, letting your dog to play with other dogs, creating an environment, bring the dogs to your home. If your dog is dog friendly, bring other dogs to your home. That environment that is nice and relaxed to play. Um, if not friendly with dogs, there's so many things that can happen. If your dog is not friendly with other dogs, maybe play yourself with your dog, and make sure that it relaxes. It learns to get to relax and have good time. So you want to provide those good times for your dog. The other thing that I would suggest you to do is watch the following videos. Let me get you the link to the videos that I want you to watch today. These are the videos that I want you to watch from the beginning, okay? At this stage in your life and your dog's life, one of the main things that you need is, as I said, relaxation for your dog, but you need to get educated. You need to know what to do. You have to make all the right moves. If you make the wrong moves, you're going to create the wrong dog. You're going to create the wrong state of mind for your dog to change. What you want to do is learn. So take the time to watch these videos, learn, so you know what to do and how to approach this problem. Okay, so I'm gonna call it rescue dog training. Please watch this video series. It's a video series. Please watch them all. It's in the chat area. The link for that video series in the chat area. Watch those. Learn what to do, what steps to take, how to be mentally ready for rescuing a dog. And rescuing a sheltered dog, it's not easy. It takes a lot of work. Offer is in the house. Thank you for being here, Offer, as well. Let's get to the question. Hi, Saro and crew. Always great to watch live, especially questions. Is there a value to train a 6.5-month-old beagle to stay in one place for long duration? And if so, what is reasonable duration? A 6.5-month-old, you can push it as much as it can take. Very good question. To teach a 6.5-month-old beagle to stay, for example, you can push it as much as you want, as much as you want, but as much as your beagle can take. Let me explain what I mean by that. So I'll start with 10-second stay today, right? In a month, and I'll work with my dog every day to stay. Every day I'll train my puppy to sit and stay, for example, right? And yesterday was 10 seconds, today would be 20 seconds. My goal would be to ask my beagle to stay for 20 seconds. Tomorrow, my goal is 30 seconds. Every day I add 10 seconds, right? 10-second intervals. And let's say after a week, we got to 70 seconds, which is a minute and 10 seconds, right? And I'm asking my beagle to sit and stay for a minute and 10 seconds. But my beagle breaks it at 1 minute. So remember, my goal was 1 minute and 10 seconds, but my beagle broke it at 1 minute. That means today I can push my beagle to 1 minute. My goal tomorrow would be 1 minute and 10 seconds. But if I go 10 seconds intervals every day, I'm sure tomorrow I'm going to have a minute and 10 seconds, right? Does it make sense? You can keep going until you get, usually stay is if now you're training your beagle, basics, intermediate, and then advanced level, we go up to 10 minutes stay. So intermediate level is usually 5 minutes, 5 to 8 minutes, give it or take. But basic, we go up to 5 minutes. So you can push your beagle up to 5 minutes, but you have to take the time to break it down to 10 seconds intervals. Because remember, for a puppy to sit and stay for 10 seconds is already a lot, right? For it to get to 5 minutes, which I've worked with my own beagle puppy, Annie, at the moment, I can get up to 2 minutes. I can stay there. We can stay there for 2 minutes and she'll stay. But I can tell that between 1 and 1.5 minutes, she starts to veer off and doze out and just, okay, what's going on? So to push, you just have to learn how much it needs to push and when to push. Great question. I loved it. Sonakshi, thanks for answering many of my questions. I have subscribed and liked. Hope your channel grows. Thank you very much for subscribing. And my channel actually is on the verge of growing up, which is very good. With your help, everybody, actually, if you could share this channel so this channel can grow like crazy. Share this channel, share these videos, share the videos that you're seeing on this channel with everybody that you can so this channel can grow like crazy. It is growing, but we can make it grow faster. Thank you for the feedback. Peeling NG, I gave my beagle enough exercise and I love, and she's very attached to me. However, she knows that I will be scared if she growls. Therefore, she used this against me. What should I do? Thank you. Yes, so you are giving enough exercise and love. So again, let's go back to the formula. So you're giving exercise and affection. You missed the training, socialization, and care. So this formula have to be given in this order every day, 365 days a year. You have to provide these 5 things every day in this order for your dog. Okay? If you provide that, if you provide in that order, you'll see that it will change. Okay? Where was I? Yes, there we go. And the reason that you think that your beagle is attached to you, again, I don't want to be negative here, but you think that your dog is attached because your dog is attached to you, is physically attached. But If a dog is physically attached to you all the time, that's sign of your dog is lacking confidence. It needs somebody to. Um, it's not independent. It's dependent on you. Dog owners misread this. They think, okay, my dog is attached to me. That means I have a good bond. But that is the wrong way of looking at it. That means your dog is dependent on you, very dependent. You want your dog to be independent, but attached to you and connected to you. Not physically, but mentally. That is very different. That is big change difference it makes when you look at it that way. Just because your dog is attached to you physically doesn't mean that your dog likes you, your dog loves you, your dog is attached to you, your dog is loving you. It just means that at that in this stage of its life is dependent on you because you provide food, you provide shelter, you provide safety, right? But these are not the things that a dog needs over only, doesn't need only these things. It needs more than that. It needs exercise, training, socialization, care, and then affection. It's very hard for me to explain these. Therefore, what I have done, I've written a book. It's called A Dog's Five Essential Needs. It's available on my website for you if you want to learn more. It's what you need to provide for your dog in order to really bond with you, really trust you. You know, giving love and exercise and thinking that your dog is attached to you, it's a false understanding. It's a false reading of a relationship. Um, you need to go deeper. If your dog is scared at you and it's growling at you, that means you don't have that connection, honest, real connection. If you want to learn more about a dog's five essential needs, you can purchase my book on my website. Or what I'll do is I'm going to share a video series that you can watch and learn more about this. Let me see if I can find that video series. By the way, I have many, many videos on my channel that you can watch and learn about your dog. So here it is. I'm gonna call it a dog's need. Okay, a dog's need, and it's in the chat area. Please watch that. Avani says, "Love your live stream, Saro." Thank you. Appreciate that. That means a lot to me. The Dinto, help me. Dianto, I think that's a cool name too. Thank you for being here. Hi, my puppy is 6 weeks old and I don't know how to train him. Nothing I try seems to work, and I have a cat as well that he wants to chase. What can I do? Well, the quickest and simplest solution would be if you have a 6 weeks old puppy, is to join my online puppy training 101, and it's on sale as well. By the way, all of my courses are on sale for time being due to what is happening what is this crazy thing that is happening in the world, and I know people are having a hard time. So I have created a lot of discounts in my classes, my courses. You have 15 days to try the course, money back guarantee. In this course, you get a lot of things, understanding your puppy, basic needs for puppies, how to communicate to your puppy, diet for puppy, environmental toxins for puppies, common puppy issues. What are common puppy issues? They are barking, house training, crate training, biting, jumping, and all that. Um, Puppy leash walking, basic obedience, games to play. Um, I'll show you results after 2 months of training these techniques and ideas, what you get. So you get a lot of content in that course. So that would be my first suggestion. Now, if you want to join the course, I'm going to share the link to the online puppy training course. That would be my first suggestion. The reason for that is if you're having a hard time to train your puppy, that means there are so many things that you have to learn, and one answer in here won't help you. I won't be giving you a false information and encouragement that this is what you're going to need to do. There's lots of things that you need to learn and do, and the way you're going to achieve that is by taking action and learning and doing it, rather than going on search on YouTube and figuring out how to train your puppy. What you're doing, you're wasting time by doing that. You're stressing yourself out. You're not doing something. You're not you're not looking. And if you find something and one video or one trainer says do this, that's not the only solution. That one thing won't help, won't change. There are so many things that you have to learn and so many things that you have to do, that if you just think by searching on the websites and YouTube and the internet, you're going to solve it, you're just not being realistic, and you're stressing yourself more rather than doing something about it. So take action, invest some money, take the course, learn, take action, change yours and your puppy's life right now. That would be my suggestion. Priyanka is saying thanks. You're very welcome. Peeling, thanks for your wonderful advice all the way from Singapore. Wow, we have international. There's everybody from everywhere. That is great. Thank you for being here, and I really appreciate your feedback. Christian Ortiz, and I like that you have a very popular soccer player. At the moment, I can't remember his name. That is one of my favorite soccer players as well. Can I get my beagle puppy at 3 weeks? Good question. 3 weeks is too early. I wouldn't suggest to do that. The best time to get a puppy is between 9 weeks and 12 weeks. If you could delay that much, it would be better. The reason for that is because if you get it too early, you're not giving enough time for that puppy to learn the basics of life from its original parents and siblings. When you take away a puppy too early, what happens? We create a lot of behavioral issues and emotional issues to develop in a puppy. Because what happens realistically, when human takes over a puppy, especially a 3 weeks old puppy, they mess up. For example, a previous question was 6 weeks old puppy. Owner didn't know what to do. The Antal didn't know what to do. So what they do is because you don't know what to do, you either do all the wrong things or you don't do the things that you need to do. Therefore, you mess up the puppy, mess up that dog's life, dog's future. Humans, that's what they do. They pick up puppy, it's cute and but they don't realize that this puppy grows up eventually and becomes a dog. And this, whatever you do between now and few weeks and a month or a few months from now, it will impact their future. Just because they're cute and sweet, it doesn't mean that's all you have to do, just have it. You have to do so many things in order to improve this puppy's life, which a puppy's mom or parents or siblings will do that. And humans don't do it. As soon as they get a puppy, oh, my puppy, that's not what a natural parent will of that puppy will do. They will do a lot of things that we humans don't do it. So it's important to get your puppy at the right time, at the right age. Studies have shown that the later we pick up, the better. The 12 weeks is the ideal time to pick up a puppy. It used to be 8 weeks. We figured out that still 8 weeks was too early. The reason for that is we see it now. All these dogs that have behavioral issues, one of the reasons is because people pick up their dogs too early at 8 weeks old or even younger. So what happens? We mess up the dog's life. Dogs become so unbalanced when we pick them up early, including we help them to develop separation anxiety, stress related behaviors like aggression, um, barking. All these behaviors are related to early traumas in puppies. Between 3 weeks old and 6 months of age, we call this a window of opportunity. This During this time, if you do everything properly, you will have a great dog. If you mess up or don't do the right things and don't take the right step, you will have a horrible dog. That's the reality. If you take the puppy at the right time, then the puppy, which at 12 weeks old, is already opened his eyes, his ears are already active, his sense nose is already active. Especially if you get it from a decent breeder, right? If you get it from a decent breeder, not just a backyard breeder or any breeder, just had accidentally had a puppies. If you get it from a decent breeder, this breeder should do most of your work, including house training your puppy. A decent breeder should house train your puppy and give it to you and say, here's your puppy. Everything is ready to go. You just have to follow through, follow up, and continue on doing what the breeder prepared. But that's not reality these days. Most dogs and most puppies are picked up too early from backyard breeders, from uh, puppy meals, from whatever, from shelters and all that. And then what happens is we screw up these dogs. And this is why we have all these dogs with behavioral issues, because we mess it up. As a human being, when we get a puppy, instead of doing the right thing, like for example, joining my online course and learning what to do and how to do, what we do is we just hope that this puppy is going to grow up and automatically is going to be trained and automatically everything is going to be done normally, automatically is going to become a great dog. No, we either don't do what we need to do, or we start searching and looking for answers online. This says that, that says that, that says this says that. We get all this information. Instead of doing them, we just get it, we don't do anything, or if we do, we do the wrong thing. We mess up the puppies, we mess up the dogs, and then we have a society that has messed up dogs. So 3 weeks, unfortunately, is too early. I know I went for a long answer, but that's the reality. Elizabeth Corso is in the house. Thank you. Elizabeth Corso is one of my students. So it's great to have you in the show. My 10 months old pup mini poodle, Timmy, is the one who wasn't eating. The vet had started blood work, and she's saying he might have ingested something toxic. Do you know of things or and anything it might be outside like plants, etc.? So this is why, for example, at 10 months old, right? So this is why you have to be, not that I'm saying you have to be a dictator to your dog, but you have to be kind of in that format, state of mind that you control every aspect, every move of your dog or your puppy. Because you have to know what really happens to your dog. You can't say, I don't know what it ate, I don't know what it put in its mouth, I don't know what. You have to make sure the environment that you're creating for your puppy is puppy proof. So it's safe. There's nothing that can your dog pick up, put it in his mouth, and ingest. When you're taking it for a walk, keep an eye on your puppy. Constant. Don't get distracted with environment. Don't get distracted with your phone. Make sure you're keeping an eye on your puppy to not allow it to put anything in its mouth. Puts anything in its mouth, teach it to say no, to respond to no, so it drops it. Uh, get it out. Allow your puppy to learn to allow you to put your hand in its mouth and get it out. Things like that, make sure that you're completely controlling the moves and the environment of your dog, so you know exactly what it goes in your dog's body, what's happening. Okay, where am I? Okay. Regina, Sona, maybe try fast-paced speed walk. No time for sniffing, stopping, or distracting after they have peed. This helped with my pit bull pulling me around, and I was able to even barely hold the leash. This is a good tip as well. Thank you, Regina. Sorry, Regina, for sharing this tip. So let me just emphasize on and add some to it, to this comment. When you're walking your dog, you have to consider few styles of walk. One is leisure walk. Leisure walk means your dog is just enjoying and doing whatever it wants. Number two version would be uh, cardio walk, which is basically the dog walks with you. It doesn't sniff anything, doesn't do anything. The third walk is training walk. Training walk is you practicing everything that your dog knows during the walk, and you implement it and figure it out, right? Practice it with your dog. So make sure that you're giving all those opportunities to your dog when you're walking your dog. Okay. Sona Zemonova, Regina, thank you for the tip. Try that. She removed her collar and ran home. She wouldn't move past my fence. I carried her a bit to remove her from the environment, but that also stopped working. Yeah, that's the thing. Again, going back to explanation that I did. Yeah, make sure that you're dealing with the core of the problem, the source of the problem, not what is happening now. Okay, so let's go back to those information. My beagle always finds and eats food that can be found outside on the grass. How do I stop her from doing it? So this goes back to controlling the walk. So you want to make sure that your beagle is always um, the head is up. Okay, is not sniffing. If it's sniffing, make sure that the environment is clean and it's safe. Unfortunately, you can't really do that, but what you can do, you can ask your dog to either respond to your correction, which is drop it. And if you want to learn how to teach your dog drop it, what I would suggest you to do is go back to my live video that I did on Tuesday. Let me share. So on Tuesday, I did this leave it, okay, leave it video. So I'm going to share this video with you guys. Um, Watch this. So you can either teach your beagle to leave it or drop it. So watch this live. It's a live video, and I go in the beginning of the video, live video. I go to um, drop it or leave it. I teach it how to do it, and then I start answering questions. So I'll share the link for that video. Go ahead and watch that. So you can either teach it to leave it or drop it, or you teach your dog to heel. This is a command that you teach your dog to have its head up, keep its head up. The way you teach that is, I'm going to share a video as well in the chat area. I call it the heel command. Watch that as well. So you have two options to teach your dog. One is drop it or leave it or heel command. So you teach these two to your dog and expect it to give you feedback during the walk. So if your dog, your beagle is going for something, you say drop it, and your beagle is going to drop it. And then if you know that area has food or something, say rover heel, and your dog is going to walk heel with the heel command. Okay. Tanya, I have a service dog and I'm looking at getting a friend for him to play with. What's the best way to find another dog that will get along with? The best way, actually, I'll take two steps. First step is my dog ready to have, am I ready to have another dog? Are you in that state, on that level, that state that you can have another dog? And if yes, do you think that you have a great dog? So this is a great dog, and this new dog that you're going to bring is, let's call it new dog, the bad dog. So I was just explaining. Are you ready to have another bad dog? Because if you bring a bad dog, your focus has to be 100% on this bad dog. You have to have a great dog, so you would be able to not focus on the good dog and focus on the bad dog, right? Are you able to do that? Do you have the time and energy to focus on the bad dog, right? The new dog. So that's the first question you want to ask. Second of all, if you can answer that question honestly, and then step two is foster. You go to a shelter and you say, you know what, I have a service dog. I'm looking for another dog. I want to try a dog. Because when you go to a shelter, make sure that the shelter is one of those shelters that is a foster to adoption. What that means is you try the dog. You're allowed to foster it, and if it's a great dog, you adopt it. If it's not a great dog, it doesn't work for you, you return it. There are shelters, there are rescue organizations that do that. They allow you to try the dog. So you have let's say you have a good dog, and you go and get a shelter dog, you bring it home and see if it fits in with your life and fits well with the dog. And you have to realistically give at least a month, because a shelter dog, when it comes to your rescue dog, comes to your life, it's stressed. It will take a few weeks for it to relax, And once it relaxes, then it will show its real personality. Then you can say, okay, this personality, does it match with my dog or not? And then you make that decision whether you want to continue on having this new dog or not. So those would be my suggestions. So hopefully that answered your question. And again, be realistic about that. Whether you have a good dog or you have an okay dog. If you have an okay dog, I don't suggest you to get another dog, because you need to have a great dog. So what I mean a great dog is a dog that you don't have to worry about it. It won't get stressed. It won't bother you when you bring a new dog. It won't. It won't. It doesn't have issues. Packages already. It doesn't have behavioral issues that you bring another rescue dog. Now you have two dogs that have behavioral issues and you have to deal with, and you're going to get stressed more, and your dogs are going to get stressed more, and your life is going to be horrible. So consider all those. Offer, that's great. Thank you. We get 60 seconds today before we leave the house for the morning walk with door open. We'll continue to increase. Yes. So every day, great idea. Increase more and more. Sona.
Did you answer peeling? My Diva always find it.
Yes. Sona, oh, I hope she comes around instead of me. My pit was. So this is a conversation between you guys. Yes, that's right. Yes, Dianto saying yes, that's right. I agree. I'm glad that you agree. So take action now. Make a difference today. When can I start leaving my pup outside as well? When's the right age? Outside. You shouldn't leave your pup outside anyways at all. Dogs are indoor animals. Dogs have been domesticated, and that means they are meant to live with humans, by humans, with humans in the home, inside of the house, not outside. It's just not realistic, and it's just not fair to do that to a dog. So I wouldn't suggest letting a dog live outside, be outside, unless you want it to go outside and play on its own. That's a different situation, but they always need to come inside. Tanya, I used your advice about allowing my service dog Archer to sniff, and our walk, I think our walks are much more relaxed, and he is much happier. Thank you. You are welcome. Yes, that is great feedback to hear, and also I'm glad that it worked for you. It's very simple. Let me explain what happens. So many dogs are forced to walk the way we want, like a soldier. Just walk, 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 walk. Don't do anything. Don't sniff. Don't say hi. Don't look around. Just walk. That's not natural. That's not normal to a dog. Dogs want to walk and sniff, smell the roses, per se, right? If you force a dog to just walk and not do anything, they become more stressed. You have to let a dog do whatever it wants. If you're taking, let's say, for example, you're taking your dog for half an hour walk, that half an hour walk is their time. They can do whatever they want. They can either walk, they can either stop somewhere and sit down and just enjoy the view, or they can sniff throughout the whole half an hour. It's up to them. It's that time that you're sharing and you're giving to your dog. So don't stress them with forcing them to walk like a soldier. Shruti, thank you for being here. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon as well, and give it a like. I have a golden retriever, and he's having problem with 4 of his legs each month, and I aren't doing well and couldn't take any action due to lockdown. Please advise. Love from Nepal. Wow. Yeah. Nepal, from Nepal as well. That is great. Thank you for being here. He's having problem with four of his legs each month and aren't doing well. He couldn't take any action due to lockdown. I'm not exactly understanding what the problem is, but I'm thinking there's something going on internally with your dog, which I suggest, usually I suggest, for a month or so, what I would suggest is try changing the diet. The diet that you're feeding your dog probably is not helping internally. It's causing some issues to develop in your dog, health issues. If the legs, for example, the joints and all that are not working properly, food could be the medicine. Um, so I would suggest you to change the diet and feed raw diet. For a month or two, try to feed a clean raw diet rather than whatever you're feeding now. So what I would suggest to do is I'll share with you what I feed my dog. So probably you don't have to exactly give the same thing that I'm feeding, but you can feed what I anything close to this recipe and this food that I'm feeding. So I shared the video in the chat area. It's called What I Feed. Please watch that video. I think that will help. That would be a solution. Usually, if a dog has physical problem, you can clean it up, you can heal the body internally, which comes from the food. The medicine. The food is the reason, either causes some health related issues to develop, or can cause to heal its body. So feed your dog. So, and he's a year old. So I would suggest that. Sanjeev, hello, Saro, love from India. I have a beagle, 1 year old. Great fan of you. I got a beagle after watching your videos. Oh, that is so sweet. Hopefully, you're doing everything right. Watching my videos and getting all the information that you need to have a great beagle. Beagles are great dogs. Can dogs sense humans' fear of them? E.g., I'm scared of my dog if she growls. What should I do? Haha. Yes, they do. They do sense even before you feel it. When we feel a feeling, before we feel it, our chemically inside, we are starting to change. And you've heard of this, that dogs can tell a person if he's going to have a seizure before the seizure happens, right? So they can even tell before you get fearful, right? And if that behavior is repeated all the time, your dog he knows you now well, right? So the reason he's growling at you is because you're scared of your dog, right? So the reason you're scared, because again, you don't trust your dog and your dog doesn't trust you. Unfortunately, that's the thing. Work on building the trust. And the way you can do that is by training your dog. What does training a dog means? What does it mean to train a dog? Let me show you what I mean by training a dog. Okay, I wanna give you a visual of what I mean by training a dog. Training a dog is this. Know what's going on, why we are doing this or anything like this, but he'll figure it out eventually, and we're going to continue on the game. So here we go. So Josh is getting excited. I'm going to tap him to sit in. Josh, sit. Yes. Josh, stand. I'm going to go. Nope. Nope. I'm going to go to the end. Nope. Good boy. If he breaks the command, all I say is no, a verbal cue, and he corrects himself. I'm going to go to the end of the leash. Someone there. I'm going to ask Josh to come. Josh, come. Good boy. Yes, I'm going to praise him. All right. So we're going to do this in a way that in the beginning, we're just going to go in front of him and we're going to ask him to come. And then we're going to start going around him. So this time, I'm going to ask Josh to sit and stay. And I'm going to go on his side. And then I'm going to ask him to come. Josh, come. Good boy. Yes. So at first, we're going to try this on a leash. And then as he gets better and I get better, and we practice this over and over for weeks and maybe even months on leash, then I'm gonna off leash him. So Josh, sit. Oh, I know. Josh, stay. So this time I'm gonna ask Josh. So you see what I mean? So this is what I mean by training. Okay, spending 15 minutes of doing this. This is the key to success, and learning how to bond with your dog. Physically getting involved with your dog and doing it. Physically spending 15 minutes to half an hour a day to train your dog. This is what I mean by training. Going back to basics and teaching your dog sit, stay calm, heel, and all that at home, in the backyard, wherever you can, right? Spending the time to train your dog. You do this, you don't do this. I'm sure you're not doing it, okay? And that is why you're having these issues with your dog, okay? So, yes, if you want to build a bond with your dog, if you want to create a trust between you and your dog, physically you need to get involved with training your dog. Do that every day, 15 minutes, half an hour a day for a couple of months, you'll see a different dog. Okay. Are beagles usually a healthy dog breed? Yes, they are as long as you get them from a legitimate breeder, not a puppy mill or anything like that. Puppy mill, any breed will have problems. Let me answer a couple of more questions, and that would be all for the day. Got a great dog, low stress, very well trained. Thank you very much. You are welcome. So you got a great dog, low stress, great time to get another dog. Make sure that you're fostering it. We go outside and Sarb is saying, hello, sir. American Bully Standard or extra large comes in which category, medium or giant? It comes from large dog. It becomes a large dog. Thank you so much. Unicorn Bella, my male dog is 6.5. He's not neutered and he's just started marking in our home since we rescued our neighbor's female dog. They left behind when they moved out of state. Will fixing him help? Neutering him won't help. What will help is understanding why your dog is peeing inside, which is related to stress. So I'm going to share with you a video. I call it Why My Dog Pees in the House. Watch that video, is in the chat line, the link, and you'll get the results that you want. My dogs are rat terrier chihuahua mix, a unicorn Bella. So yes, to watch that video. Shruti, also my dog is often quiet and enjoys outside environment rather than inside. He messes up things and takes whatever he gets on his mouth when he is taken onto the rooms. What can I do to improve this? Focus on providing your dog's daily 5 essential needs: exercise, training, socialization, care, and affection. If you want to learn more, watch the video in the chat area. The link is there. A dog's needs.
It's going to be the last question today.
Teresa would be the last question for the day. How to get the puppy outside and pouring down rain without forcing her to be there and holding tightly to leash close to her harness. So This is one of those cases that I suggest you to have pee pads available in case there is a storm or rain and it's really hard coming down and you can't walk your dog, you can step it out, you let it pee on a pee pad. That's emergency cases. Like this, you train it to do on a pee pad. Other than that, you take it outside. Okay? That would be it for today. We went over 2 hours. I really appreciate these times that you guys come and join the live session and we talk about dogs. And I love helping and interacting with you from all over the world. This is great. And I enjoy it very much. I will see you next time, which is going to be on, I'm going to release a new video on Sunday at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And our next live session is on Tuesday, May 26th at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Please join me then. If I miss answering any of the questions today, please put it on the comments area, because if it stays in the chat area, I won't see it. Please type it in one more time in the comments area. I'll read them all. I'll answer them all. And make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon as well. And like the video as well. And until next time, have fun.